It's 20 minutes. You could have been playing one of your 5,000 games, Devin. It's a waste of your time.
Ooh, wow. That is not a soundbite that has aged well.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the premier podcast that has done the Kessel Run in under 10 parsecs. I'm Devin. I'm here with possum enthusiast Corey.
Howdy, y'all.
I'm here with Vader enthusiast Nate.
Hey,
howdy, y'all.
Want that one?
And miserly old man L.
I was waiting for sandwich enthusiast.
No, sorry, I gotta break trends.
Damn. All right. Hello, everyone.
All right, so let's just get right into it, man. It's a big week. We'll do the game showcase now. Nate, what have you been up to this?
Oh my gosh. I have been playing a game of cleaning up near completions. So, yeah. So for the longest time, I've had kind of a mark of shame on my my played list. I had this little game called Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. What's that about?
Well, it's about writing poetry and
Wow.
rules and such.
Oh, no.
So yes, I had
just heard the news
had
today.
it on my list for a very long time, and I, of course,
Assassin's.
like everyone else, was not able to find all the flags on my natural playthrough. So I went back and I got that one done a couple years ago, I think 2015, 2016, something like that. And then the only thing I had left was the conversations, and I just could not make myself do it. I just could not drag myself back into that game to do a whole nother playthrough with just the conversations. So instead what I did is I played about half of it, and I set it down for a couple of years. So I was kind of betting that old me had followed everything I needed to do to get to that point. So it was like a toss up. Like, do I trust me? And I sat there and I thought, do I trust me? Like to have gotten it right to chapter 2 or whatever 2, and out of 6 I had to do. I was like, I don't really feel like doing the first 2 the first 2 main city things. So I just kind of ran with it. I was like, yeah, I trust me. Yeah, I'm a good guy. So, and as it turns out, I was trustworthy. So that's good. So, I got that last one. I got a little bit worried. I had the very last conversation, and at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, something like that. And, it didn't pop right away. I was just like, oh, son of a gun. And then it did pop. So I was very happy with myself about that. And then I also cleaned up a little game called Oceanhorn. And, don't curse me out, Corey. I know I talked about this a long time ago, and I had just to get that last fish, the stupid electric fish. And I said, I'm on a roll. I'm going to go through. I'm going to knock out Oceanhorn as well. And it took me about 20 tries. Luckily, a good spot for this is like at the very last, the end game temple. And right when you go into that temple, there's, 6 jars you can smash. So if you're low in health, you can fill your health all the way back up to 8 hearts, which you're going to need. And then you just do the fish, and you just kind of roll the die. And the game's real cheap when it comes to this stupid fish. And it took me 20 tries of either dying or just realizing around the 3 heart mark that I wasn't going to win. So I just let off and then went back in and refilled my hearts. And so got it done. So I got those 2 done, and I'm super happy about it.
One thing I thought was funny was that your Assassin's Creed was almost like 3 years to the date since you last played it in August. And it was like a year to the date almost for Oceanhorn since you last played it. It's pretty funny.
It's weird. I mean,
it's like you have a cycle.
Didn't NBA Kirkland complete it on the same day?
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes. So NBA and I completed it on the exact same day. We didn't know we were doing it. He was doing the flags. I was doing the conversations.
That's
and
amazing.
Saw the next day he posted in Bragg Camp that he completed it. And I was like, wait a second. And sure enough.
Completed Assassin's Creed, just for
completed
those
Assassin's
unaware.
Creed, same day, yeah.
Did you see the video he posted?
Yes, I saw his suicide run at the very end.
He captured the last flag and then just committed suicide and then ended the video.
Yep,
it's pretty funny.
Game over.
So Nate, why is on the run sheet you call Oceanhorn dingleberries?
Because these are hanging, they're hangers on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering that too.
I thought you just
Dingleberries
didn't
been
like
hanging
it.
on.
Got
Yeah,
it.
if you
Hanging
look
on for
closely-
a long time. Very long, I'm calling it the 90% club or, throwback to the 90s. I don't know. I'm going for anything that's in the 90% completion, and I'm trying to knock those out because they've just been sitting around forever.
Only 90s kids would understand.
Yeah.
So the one I'm most interested in is Oceanhorn. I just have the fish to do and then the grindy leveling part, which I probably won't ever do this. But did the guide help for the fish?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, did the guide help with fish? So have you done all the fish, or you're just waiting on that last one, or?
No. So how I approach it is to not waste my time. I go to the hardest thing first, and it was not fun. I don't remember much of it other than not fun.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad. Just that last fish was unfair. It's just a randomness. Like sometimes you'll be fighting the fish and he'll lose a lot of stamina, and other times you'll be doing everything just like you normally do, and he just doesn't lose any stamina, and it makes no sense. And every time I was close to winning, he would be almost to no stamina left, and I would have like maybe 2 hearts, and it just wouldn't go down. It just would not deplete completely, and he would just kill me, take my hearts all the way down. And like towards the end, he starts leaping out of the water, and you're like, I got it. And no, he can leap out of the water like multiple times. So it's rude. It's so rude. But it's over. And yeah, that guide was very helpful. I think Bill's has a video, so you can actually see the places where you can go. And I think there's some text guides too that give you locations of best place to catch each particular fish. So really the only hard one was that one, as far as I remember. Well, there's one other fish that they reverse the controls, and that's a little bit tricky, but you just turn your controller upside down, and if you're having problems wrapping your brain around it, you just turn your controller upside down, and it's not an issue.
Will it still feel better than a PlayStation controller?
Yeah.
Oh.
What doesn't feel better than a PlayStation controller is a phone, which is the only way that you can play Oceanhorn 2, sadly.
Yeah.
I am reading an article saying that they are ready to port it to Nintendo Switch, which makes sense for them. But I do hope that it comes to Xbox. That is a good game.
I think it will.
I mean, I don't see why it shouldn't.
And
right?
it plays more like Zelda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having never played Zelda, yes.
What?
Well, I played Twilight Princess, but it's not Twilight Princess. What is it, like Wind Waker? Is that the one that it's mimicking?
It's a little bit like Wind Waker, yeah, because of the boating.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just having a hard time wrapping over. Like never? Even once?
Sorry if I took the wind out of your sails
Oh.
with that one. Nope.
There's no achievements, so he's not going to play them.
Sad
There's for achievements,
ocarina.
not for fun.
I've watched like a Link to the Past randomizers like a lot, so that counts, right?
Sure.
No, but
Aren't there speed runs that you could watch that would probably pull you in?
yeah.
That's what I watch, speedrunners.
Play any.
Yeah, I used to dabble in the Link to the Past randomizer community. I was terrible.
Yeah.
I've done everything at some point in my life.
That's a fun game to watch.
It is.
They even have it now. It's called like crowd control, or there's other extensions, but viewers can modify stuff about the game, so they could turn on ice physics or one-hit kills or stuff like that. So people play those. Makes it pretty interesting.
You don't realize how important The Legend of Zelda was to everything we do now, Corey. It was the first game with battery backup. It was very important, all right?
That's true.
During that password nonsense.
It was my entire
amazing.
life one summer.
First gold cartridge.
More important. Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
wake up, Zelda. Passed out,
It beat
Zelda.
me to it. Wait. Oh.
See, that was Pokemon for me, but I digress.
Now imagine a Pokemon that you had to put a password in every time. You could thank Zelda for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pokemon.
Zelda's the one with the green hat, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, she wears a crown.
Oh, like Fall Guys. Speaking of Fall Guys, no, just kidding.
And Metroid is the chick.
Get out. So, Corey, have you played games that are on the Xbox besides all the other classics that you're missing?
You know, I was not on last week, and I was looking through my games, and I really have not played much of substance the past 2 weeks. It's kind of sad. I haven't played much at all. But I did go to Arkham City. You remember?
It's lovely this time of year.
Yeah, you know, I really recommend it. If you remember, I played Arkham Asylum recently, and the DC fandom thing was a week ago. I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. And so they announced the new Batman game, the Suicide Squad game, and like I'm all aboard this hype train. So I said, okay, it's time that I play Arkham City. Previously, I've started Arkham City up to the point of talking to Calendar Man, which is like the first thing you can do. And so I completely played the game. I mainlined the campaign. It's okay. Maybe this is a fault of mine that I haven't done the side content. But Asylum was better so far. It was a better list, and I think that a city is a little too big for its britches, just a little bit. I can definitely see where it's going with Night, having played a lot of Night. But our city was just fine, you know. As far as the achievement, okay, I know some of you have some strong opinions that it's the best one.
Yes.
I don't know.
I've said such things.
Yes, as recent as a week ago, probably.
Yes.
I will go back to it. Like I said, I mainlined it, so I didn't do any side stuff, and I know there's achievements related to side stuff. I will go back and do that. I don't have any inclinations or wants to go back and do the Arkham challenge, like the challenges. There's nasty achievements for doing all of the challenges with like several different characters each. That sounds terrible. There's an achievement for doing one of my most hated things, playing through the game again, New Game Plus mode style. You did mention this last week, or Kenny did. I do like that with Arkham City as a sequel. You start out with most of your gadgets that you got from the first game, and so that's very, very keen for me. I did notice that because as we talked about with Ori 2, you're this same character and you lose the ability to like double jump. It's just mind-blowing to me in the sequel. So I can appreciate it for that. But I think with the Xbox One version, you get DLC where you play as Harley Quinn and maybe Robin from the achievements. I'll probably play that for the content, but I'm not going to 100% this. I'm not going to play this every holiday for Calendar Man either.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you don't have to. You just have to reset your... You just have to manipulate the data on your Xbox.
I
haven't done that either.
I told
problem.
Calendar Man 24 times, all right? You can do it.
Have you played Arkham City? No.
I talked to Calendar Man 24 times.
Oh, boy.
I love my little
But I'm playing Arkham Asylum.
Man.
Yeah, that's good.
And I made more progress in it.
Good.
And
well, you have City to look forward to, I guess.
I have a bone to pick with it, though.
City's the best one.
Oh, really?
What's your bone?
Oh, bone. Well, I complained about it in the Discord. What happened was I was playing Arkham Asylum, and I got a story-related achievement. Are we allowed to talk about spoilers, Devin? Don't want to talk about spoilers.
If you haven't played Arkham Asylum, right. You had like 11 years.
Yeah.
Only spoil the 360 version for me. Don't.
Oh, all right. Fine.
Don't spoil the Xbox One version.
Okay.
So anyway, there's a story achievement for encountering the Scarecrow a second time. So I got that achievement, and the next achievement was on my RTDL. But before I even got that far, I got that achievement, and I've been playing through it with my son. So we're like, all right, we'll get that achievement tomorrow. So I looked at the achievement when it popped, and it had the timestamp. It was there, and then I dashboarded, and when I dashboarded, the 360 said, connect to Xbox Live. I'm like, oh no. So then I looked again at the achievement list. It was there. And then I went to Connect Xbox Live, and it said, we cannot connect Xbox Live right now. So I was trying to scan on TA. It wouldn't pop up. And when I next turned on my 360, it was not there anymore. The achievement vanished. Thin air.
Oof.
So I was wondering, did my progress save in the game? And it did. So I was still there, but the achievement just did not stick. It's very strange, because I'm always very obsessive about checking to make sure it's connected to live, so I get that timestamp. So now...
After all that yelling at Kenny, too. Man.
So after all that, trying to avoid a second playthrough, now I will probably have to do that. So I did get the achievement I needed for RTDL, which is the Zaz cut down to size, which was pretty much right after the other one. But it just kind of stinks that one didn't pop.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, I'm going to do the side content in Arkham City, and I will probably watch a video on YouTube to catch myself up on Night. Like I said, I played most of it, a lot of it. So I'll go finish that. I think Skeptical Mario is sending me a copy of Origins. I'm excited about that one. And I have Asylum to play again on the 360, and...
Game of the year.
I just subbed to DC Universe so I can read a bunch of comics. I'm all in on the Batman train right now.
I would recommend Long Halloween and Serious House on Serious Earth. I think those are big inspirations on the Arkham games.
There are some specific Arkham comics series, like mini series that I put on there, and then obviously like this Court of Owls stuff, which is based on the new game, from what I hear. But yeah, I will look into those.
Yeah, especially Serious House on Serious Earth seems to be what they drew a lot of inspiration on to make Arkham Asylum, if you're going to read that. It's intense, it's very dark, but it puts you in the right mindset. Like, if you read that and then played Asylum, I think those would be perfect companion pieces to one another.
Okay, as long as it doesn't have that Superman dude. He sucks.
I love Superman.
He's like the worst superhero. But I digress. So yeah, Batman's in my GM right now.
Gotham Imposters Boost?
Not that one.
Okay, good.
You don't want to.
You don't want to do that one, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we tried that a couple times.
We tried, just never happened.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of DC superheroes, I've been playing Injustice 2.
Oh. Does that have any DC superheroes in it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. Yeah. So I knocked out all the multiplayer stuff. Me and Ahizo knocked out. It took me 3 years, but I finally was able to win my ranked matches. We traded off on those. And then we also played 200 online games of it. It's a NetherRealm fighting game, so it's in the vein of Mortal Kombat. And it has a lot of DC superheroes in it. And it has a actually really awesome story mode, which is it's really well done, actually. And if you're interested in those, Corey, those are also on the DC universe. They have their own series of Injustice comic books, but essentially the Joker makes Superman go evil. Superman kills the Joker and decides that he should just rule the whole thing. And that's Injustice 1. That happens in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Batmobile didn't lose its wheel and the Joker got away?
No. Robin did lay an egg, though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, yeah. I do have a specific bone to pick with Injustice 2. That is one specific achievement that I'm not probably going to get it. So Injustice 2 has different armor that you can collect for a fighting game, which is the most bizarre thing ever. And you can get, they're called mother boxes to open them up. And to get 100% in the game, you have to get an ability called Cat Call, which is a rare drop. And as they added more fighters into the game, there's more of them. So to get the 100% completion, I have to grind out loot crates to buy them so that I might potentially get it. So it's like a rare drop, of which there's 122 of them. and I need one specific one to get 15 points, so it's probably never going to happen. Good game, though. I'd recommend it.
I have played it, but apparently have not completed 50% of the story.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
It's good.
He doesn't like
I do like the DLC. I have all the DLC for it. Like they had the Ninja Turtles, that's pretty cool. Hellboy. So it is a quality game, but yeah, I do remember the loot box system, and that kind of blows when it's tied to achievements.
And it's really weird to just like gear out a fighter in a fighting game. I don't know why that doesn't sit well with me specifically. And especially when it comes to superheroes, I just want them to have like specific outfits from different comics and stuff. I don't want to mix and match and like build my own perfect Batman.
Yeah.
Like he's a Barbie or something. I don't want to play Batman dress up.
To me, it's like it makes sense as the evolution of a fighting game, like these crazy realistic skate controls with these games, but we just want Mortal Kombat like on the Sega Genesis, and we just want Tony Hawk Pro Skater. We don't want these realistic, super customizable things. At least that's me personally.
I mean, he's an alien. Like Superman's an alien that fights crime. The whole thing is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. I don't need a realism.
But now he can wear purple tights just for you.
Yeah. I did actually get the Bizarro outfit, and that's pretty dope. He has the fire breath and the ice vision, and everything he does is mirror image of Superman, which is perfect attention to detail. I love it. That's like my jam.
Nice.
But speaking of fire breath, Nate, do you have any games that are fire related?
Oh my gosh. What a coincidence. I absolutely do. So, we don't normally buy new games, but when you see a game that just has your name all over it, like it's just like they designed the game for you. Sometimes you just have to spend that cheddar, So
Old Man's Yoni?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
In this case, not this time.
My Horse and Me Too.
Why? It's an instant buy. I mean, I've got a price watch. I've got a Google alerts.
Why do you think I bought Soda Drinker Pro?
So The Last Campfire. This is from Hello Games. They've never gone wrong. Everything they've done is perfect from the start. And they continue that streak with The Last Campfire. It is, you should watch the trailer. And if you watch the trailer and you know the types of games I like, you could just tell that I was going to buy this one immediately. It's got that kind of rhyme art style ish. There's boats, so like boats apparently, and the guy looks like a Jawa in a pillowcase, and he goes around, and it looks like there's a lot of emotional stuff going on too if you watch the trailer, but I wasn't really that moved by the emotion so much and the story that was going on. It's kind of, you don't really know what's going on, but it has something to do with like the afterlife and kind of purgatory and helping spirits move on, kind of like Spirit Fair in that regard. But this is basically a puzzle game, and what you're doing is you're going from, I guess, 3 main areas, and you're going around, and part of the puzzle is getting to the people that you need to help resolve their issues. And how do you resolve their issues? Solving a puzzle. So you go talk to them, and the camera kind of zooms in. Everything goes dark around you, and the camera zooms back out, and now you're in this little puzzle area. And the puzzles in this game are, some of them are what you would expect. I've done this type of puzzle before. I have to move these blocks and such and so forth. But then they start throwing in puzzle mechanics that I have never seen before. And I was just kind of blown away by the creativity of some of these puzzles. They're not super difficult. There were only maybe 3 or 4 puzzles that were, that had me stumped for a little while. But yeah, I just love this game. It's not perfect. Some of the animations are weird. Sometimes the camera clips out a little bit, but I forgave all that. There was one time I had something that caused me to reload the game. I went in, I went to interact with a mirror or something, and it just like teleported me above the mirror into this little piece of geometry that I couldn't get out of. And so there was no way to get around it. So I had to dashboard and come back to it. And when it reloaded, I was in a good spot. So, took me about 6 hours, I think. Obviously there was no guide because it's a brand new game. And, yeah, I really like this game.
You should write a guide.
Well,
I know, it involves that effort and time.
Well, the achievements for this are basically, they're what you'd expect. Like, you get an achievement for finding your first person, for helping them out. You get an achievement for finding like 5, 10, 15, 20 of these people. You get achievements for basically completing an entire area. So, yeah, you could get 5, but maybe you don't get them all in the same area. So, once you complete an area completely, you get an achievement for that. And then the final achievement that you get, which is probably the hardest one, I guess. You know, it looks like it. Collect all hopes. No, actually, Waka Wandering Soul. For some reason, I thought that was going to be the hardest one. There are little chests throughout the game that are also kind of puzzles on how do you get to them. And once you get to them, you open them, and it's just a little bit of story from a journal or something. And once you get all of those, I think it changes the ending. I'm not really sure because I just wanted to get that perfect playthrough. When I did it, I didn't want to see like the non-ending. So I'm not sure if there's a good ending and a bad ending, or a good ending and a better ending. But yeah. So it could be difficult to find all of those. There doesn't seem to be any sort of indicator of where you missed one. So that's maybe not great. There's no map system. And once you have gone through pretty much to the end, you can revisit areas. So it's not like you need to get that perfect run through. You can always go back and revisit. It might be a little bit annoying to kind of travel through, but yeah, I really like this game, and I beat it in looks like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it looks like you were the 12th person to complete
12th?
the last campfire.
No, I wasn't the 12th. When I
You were
looked
the
at it, I
12th.
was top 10. I was top 10. Damn it.
Nope,
Those
sorry.
offliners.
Yeah.
The trailer does make the game look pretty beautiful. I do want to play it. I don't like the price. Like, I kind of wish it was like $10, but it's 15. You know.
Yeah, I can see
it does look like quality. Just short.
My recommendation is if you don't immediately say, yes, I will pay $15 for that, yeah, wait for a sale, because when there is a sale, and it's probably $5 or whatever off, they'll have fixed some of those clipping issues and some of those camera issues, and your experience won't be, hampered by that, or tainted by that.
So are there a lot of like missables then, or could you go back and do everything, or did you ever find you were locked out of a specific area or anything like that?
You might be locked out initially, like, so you go through to an area and you're like, oh, well, how do I get back there, or where do I go? And I just said, that stinks. I'm going to try to be as thorough as I can, but then, sometimes you'll be exploring to like figure out, okay, well, where are the boundaries of this level? And you accidentally walk into something that moves the story forward. And I was just like, oh crap, I'm going to have to, maybe I have a second playthrough. I don't know. But if you play through to the end of the game, right before the very end, going into this last area, you'll know, you can basically at that point go back everywhere in the game, and collect anything you missed.
Okay, cool.
But like I said,
Nice.
There's no indication of what zone it might be in. For the hopes, yeah, there's indication. But for the chests, there's no indication that I'm aware of. But yeah, great little game.
Happy with your
Hey,
purchase?
I am very happy with my purchase. Of course, I'm going to say that because I, purchased it. I don't want to look stupid. But I enjoyed it for $15. I enjoyed the experience. And yeah, I mean, it reminded me of, what's that other game that's going to be coming out with the little fox guy?
Tunic.
Tell me
Yes, it reminded me of Tunic. It reminded me of so many other games, all wrapped up into one. And it was a very good, short experience.
It is
I
funny
recommend
that
it.
you mentioned Spiritfarer, because I just dived that as well, but it sounds like the same thing, but without the management piece.
Yeah, there's no management to this. This is all puzzles, and it's pretty much all puzzles. Yeah, no combat at all. And no fairy quests. Fetch quests.
Listen.
None of that.
Hey. Oh, he doesn't. Sorry, he doesn't understand
I get that reference. I get that reference. Hey, listen. Yeah.
So, speaking of $15 games that people may have played, I played Hell Yeah, Wrath of the Dead Rabbit, which is a Vayner from Sega. And it's by the developer Arcado Studios, and the only other thing I see on TA is a Windows Phone game called OMG, Our Manic Game. Clever, very clever. But I think Corey's going to stay away from this Hell Yeah, because it's only worth 400 gamer score. But I think he would be doing himself a disservice. This game is just great fun. And it looks like only 6,000 or so people on TA have it. More people need to get this game.
I have a price tracker for it, and I've had it since we did the Year of the Metroidvania, so apparently it has not been on sale. At least enough to where it would make it worth it.
It's just a condemnation. What's the word? It sucks that we can't spend $50 on a good game.
Well,
it's worth it.
It doesn't help that this game is 8 years old.
It is a good time. You are this rabbit in hell. And
you don't say.
I guess you're trying to get out. So
it's not just the name.
The whole idea is to capture monsters by killing them. And every time you kill a monster, you get a little mini game you have to play. So it's either a quick time event or just a little mini game you have to play. And then you capture the monsters. And then when you capture all the monsters in the area, then you can proceed forward. I guess due to the map and the fact that you are constantly going back and forth and upgrading and such, we call it a Metroidvania here. I think some people had an issue with that, but I think it is one. One thing I forgot about is that once you capture the monsters, you can go to this place called the Island on the main menu, and you can have the monsters like work for you and increase your attributes and stuff like that. There's an achievement attached to that, which I did like a year and a half ago. So this is the pros and cons of RTDL. It made me play this game, but then I don't know what happened, and then it's a year and a half later, and I completed the game, but
I can tell you what happened. It didn't show up on your RTDL for a year and a half.
Exactly. But the one for beating the game did it, and so I did. Well, I recommend it wholeheartedly, and Sarah asked me if I heard the end song. So much like Portal, there's a very funny song at the end. And yes, I did hear it, and yes, it is funny, and yes, it's on YouTube if anyone wants to hear it.
Fun fact, speaking of Sarah, her husband was the last person to complete it before you.
Yes.
Just kind of funny.
Yes, it was totally her husband who played it. Definitely.
There's a mister there. Another thing that held me off from it is that it's not backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see all the things against it, but once you're playing it, it's just a smile on my face while playing it.
What did you think about that jackpot achievement?
Oh, yes, I was going to mention that. That is the only thing. I mean, I still have my Xbox 360 Hori pad, so unfortunately, the best way to get this thing is to turbo it. It's basically just sit there at a slot machine, and you have to try to get a jackpot. So that is the only real troublesome achievement. I don't think anything is missable. There are good checkpoints. You will die quite a bit. So there's some trial and error on some of the bosses and stuff like that. But all in all, it's an easy achievement. I mean, an easy completion. I got distracted.
Looks legit.
I got distracted looking at this DLC article from 2012 about the Pimp My Rabbit pack, where you get 50 more masks. Wow, look at that.
Is that helpful in the game?
Definitely not. No, it's cosmetic, I think. You collect masks and skins. There's a lot of that in this game.
Oh, there's one achievement called Pimp That Wheel, and it says players with the Costume Pack DLC will pop this when loading the game.
That is cool, but unnecessary. You get plenty of money in the game to buy all the stuff.
But I'm exceptionally lazy.
There's a crazy taxi skin? How does that even work?
Oh, there's another one that says that the costume pack will automatically pop it too. I think I'm going to buy this costume pack before I buy the game.
I mean, you're losing money if you don't.
At this point, yes.
All right, well, if you ever want to come over and play this game, let me know.
Come to New York.
That's where they've got that good Sparrow pizza.
Yeah, do you have that pizza that comes with the big thick walls and the sauce? It's like a big casserole.
Oh, the Chicago?
Is that what they do out? Yeah, is that what they do out there?
Deep dish. Deep dish.
Yeah, that one. The famous New York deep dish pizza.
I get it. Yeah, you're a jerk. So yeah, hell yeah, Wrath of the Dead Rabbit. It has good toppings, just like New York pizza. Did you want to talk about another game, Devin?
Yeah, I suppose. So I've been playing.
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
Well, I have to inform you of your recent virtual death, and it pains me to discuss it.
Oh, where's my Sarah McLachlan song?
Don't worry, we have a virtual bar where you will be immortalized. I made a poster and everything. So on Saturdays, on stream, I have been playing XCOM 2. Have any of you guys ever played XCOM 2? Or XCOM 1? Any of the XCOMs?
That is not my jam.
So XCOM is a tactical strategy game where you have to manage resources, and then there's also a tactical battling component. And in the first one, the aliens were invading, and you had to fight them back. And in XCOM 2, you horribly, horribly failed, and the aliens have won, and you are the resistance. And out of all of the people in the world, they have decided that I am the best person to lead the resistance. They're all doomed. So, anyway, one of the fun things that you can do in XCOM is you can customize your soldiers. And so I decided as a fun little thing is that patrons, people that sub into Twitch, and you guys, because I figured you wouldn't mind at all, get to be my own little soldiers. So I didn't get to be a soldier because I'm leading. That wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, Kenny killed you, El, and I'm sorry. Kenny was, we were playing, Kenny got panicked by an alien, and he decided in his panic to chuck a grenade back, blew up your cover, and then you just got completely owned by an alien soldier. Not my fault.
Yeah, that's what you get, Al. You can suck mine.
I cannot stress enough how little of this is actually my fault. It's Kenny's fault.
Thanks, Kenny. Go get some sun.
Yeah. Pale Kenny with the Guile haircut. You'll have to see. I just, you were great. I gave you your comb over. I gave you your mask, because New York. Gave you spikes. You looked very much like if the Road Warriors were middle-aged accountants. I think you would have loved it. And you died on your first mission out there.
Yeah, that was payback for making me miss my Halo Reach time achievement by 3 seconds.
And you and MDP and Mental Knight are all going to be memorialized on my ship's bar. But my favorite part about all of this, so Kenny killed you, and he let the main bad guy get away because he missed his shot, he got a low percentage shot. And so the powers that be, not me, promoted him. They're like, oh, you can level up. Great job. And so now he's a sergeant.
We've got this all on tape, right? So we can verify that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can see. If you look at last Saturday's recording, you will find it. And if you are interested in watching me,
Kenny records on Saturdays, right? So it's definitely Kenny.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're interested,
Thanks,
all the Saturdays, XComs. I'm gonna be doing this for at least this next week here. If you're listening to this while it's out, we're gonna try to fight back the aliens. I got all the DLCs and everything too, so it's a little bit more advanced than it probably would normally be. But it's fun. There's a lot of trade-offs too, because there's different things that you can research and different missions that you have to take or not take that can help out, because you need to balance your scientists and your researchers and how much materials you have. And like when soldiers die, they die. They're gone. You don't get any more. You have to recruit them and start back over again. So you get attached to people.
Hope none of y'all got attached to L.
Got him!
So shout outs to, everyone else on my squad. Alex Hardavies is my best sniper. Michelle's out there. She's holding the fort. Everybody. Death dealers. Chewie out there doing covert missions. Foof for killing all of my dudes and, making you a widow.
If somebody,
everybody out there.
If somebody dies, can you dashboard or?
Well, they
made it so you can't undo that.
There's an Iron Man mode, so you can make different saves.
Okay.
However, the last one went completely pear-shaped, and I just decided to just retcon it and say that didn't happen because everyone died because XCOM is terrible at determining where the LZ for all their spots are. It's almost always 90 feet away behind all the bad guys. I don't understand it. I'm not a pilot, but they entrust me with all of these decisions. And everyone died, and I got really salty. But normally I try not to reverse decisions, and I believe there's an Iron Man mode, or at least the other ones. There's a mode you can click where it's just it'll autosave, but after a mission happens, it deletes all of your old saves, and you're just locked into it. So it's fun. It's tactical. It's turn-based. You get to learn all about percentages and how terrible they are and how they almost always seem to never work out in your favor. Highly recommend. And
it's a 200+ hour completion.
Yes, you do have to do some pretty intense stuff. I think you have to do it on the harder difficulties. Right now I'm just playing on normal because I'm not a tactical genius. I think if you've talked to me for more than 30 minutes, you can understand the deficiencies, which is why I'm laughing at the story, because they're just the aliens were tapped into your brain to make tactical decisions. And I'm and we still lost? I don't know. If they tapped into my brain to figure out Marvel Comics, I think that'd make sense. But anything else.
So are you one crazy enough to go for the completion, or do you even have that in your mindset right now?
I'm going to go for 60-ish% of the achievements, I think. I'm going to do maybe a couple playthroughs, try out a couple things, but I have a bunch of discontinued achievements. I'm never going to get 100% completion anyway, so I'm not going to sweat the details. I'm going to get what I can and move on, and it's just been a fun thing to play on stream with people, especially when you use real people's names.
XCOM 2, kill your friends.
Hey, XCOM 1 was very much kill your friends. That's how you do. It's like the Final Fantasy stuff.
Whoa.
OG Final Fantasy, you're just I'll name you this, this, and this, and then they die. And sometimes it's just not your fault. Things happen, man.
The motto, things happen, man.
Hey, I don't know. I just work here.
I do want to play the game.
I don't know. What's the motto with you?
I've always wanted to play the game, but it is I want everything, and it's a little bit. It's always been good prices, good sales, but I don't know. I always wanted it to be cheaper.
I would actually then recommend, because they have the XCOM 1, which is Enemy Unknown, and then Enemy Within was basically another game that they released. But Enemy Within, I believe, is shorter to do the whole completion for Enemy Within. You get that XCOM experience. You get the expansion to the first game, which adds a lot of really cool stuff to the first one. And as long as you're okay with canonically you losing, you can just write off I died and the Earth is lost, but that's canon. So yeah, I think Enemy Within is backwards compatible, and I've been waiting for it to go on sale. But I have it on Steam, so I have to wait for a particularly good one.
Yeah, I just stick to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah, That's
baby's first XCOM.
Yeah, that's, hey, that fills that niche of like, hey, I want to get my 8-year-old to play XCOM.
Right.
That guy. Have I got news for you?
Last time I played it, I'm stuck at this point. Like, I don't know what it is, but all I've heard about XCOM is you can have a 99% chance of hitting somebody and you'll still miss.
Hey kid, let me teach you about permadeath.
That's called a Kingsman.
Got him! Yep.
Oh, but
Yep, you'd be surprised how much 1% chances don't work out in your favor. I've missed shots with shotguns where I'm literally standing like 2 feet in front of the alien.
He's just sitting there ducking side to side. It's like, you can't hit me.
Dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dodge.
Right.
But enough about me and my terrible math and commanding decisions. Oh, I believe you had something you wanted to... It was on your mind as we wrap up the game showcase and move right on to discussion. I see you have something in big, bold letters. And what is that?
That's not me. That's just... It was hashtag discussion.
Well,
as you guys know, I just love the random to-do list, if we didn't mention that several times. As a matter of fact, as we're recording this, the new lists came out, and I'm chomping at the bit to check it out. Because I don't know what to play without this stupid list. Oh my god. And by stupid, I mean amazing. Big thanks to ZZ Urban Spaceman, of course, and the Real Gamer Score folks. Thank you very much for... And it looks like the bot just tells us everyone who got a list and the amounts, the max value. It's pretty cool. So on August 26th or so, I realized I only had like 11 or 12 of 25 achievements. That's just unacceptable. So just for some spark, I re-rolled my Darksiders achievement, which I wasn't going to have time to play. And I wound up getting a Band Hero achievement. It's called Jack of All Trades for completing a challenge with each instrument at gold or better. And everyone's like, oh, you should have kept the Darksiders one, just assuming that a music game achievement would be hard. The hardest part about this achievement is owning a drum set and lugging your drum set from the attic down and playing it. So what I didn't even realize is that Band Hero, you can set your drums to auto pedal. Are you familiar with the music genre, peoples?
No.
Not really?
Yes. Yeah, I was
you played some of these?
Big Rock Band. Oh, Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
All those.
So I mostly played Rock Band games. For the drums, anyway. Guitar Hero, played guitar, usually. Didn't find their vocals and drums very good in the Guitar Hero games. So what I didn't realize is that you could turn on the auto pedal and no fail. And when you do that, it says, this will not let achievements pop. Well, guess what? They lied. Achievements will pop. So
scare tactic.
So, yeah, the solution said, yeah, just turn on auto pedal on a drum challenge that tells you to get a certain amount of kicks, and it will work. And sure enough, it did. The other funny thing is that I had already had on my list a Guitar Hero 5 achievement for the exact same thing, meeting challenges with all instruments. So the random to-do list gave me 2 of the same exact achievement in 2 different games. And I had put these back in my collection for the King of the Red Ring 360 month. So, long story short, I wound up getting the Band Hero achievement, as well as the Guitar Hero 5 achievement. And then there was another achievement for scoring 500,000 points in a song. And there's a Peter Frampton song that's 14 minutes. And what you could do is turn on the auto pedal. And the other funny thing is that I could only find one drumstick. So I was playing with my hand on the other one, and it did not work out
You
too
wouldn't
well.
pick like a wooden spoon?
So wait, you went full Def Leppard and only did one-handed drums?
The drummer from the Flipper's only got one arm. Corey, after I failed miserably the first 14 minutes, I then went to the kitchen and looked at items like a wooden spoon, and I found this some tongs, and I used the tongs, and I wound up getting my 500,000 and the achievement using the tongs. And of course, as soon as that was over, I found the second drumstick.
Of course.
That's how it works.
Naturally.
So was this song, was it Do You Feel Like I Do? Was that the Peter Frampton song?
I think so. It was some long song. So to top it all off, there's an achievement in Connect Joyride for doing flawless poses on trick mode for the entire minute or 2 minutes or whatever it is. But someone figured out that if you just do the first pose flawlessly and then hit the guide button and go to exit to main menu, the achievement pops. So there's an achievement for doing it in 1 player and 2 players. So I got my son to help me out, and it took us like 5 tries to even get flawless on the first pose. Then we finally did it, and it popped, and it worked. And only like 500 people out of like 20,000 have these achievements. So they're 5 and 6 ratios. It's pretty meaty. So the moral of the story is I did a lot of cheating. It was fun.
You don't say.
I know, I don't say. But it was fun. You need to play for fun. Go ahead, give it to me, Corey.
Why are you wasting your time, El?
There it is.
Jeez.
Yeah, why don't you doing things legit?
Yeah.
People in Japan have to legitimately get all their achievements, or they'll go hungry.
Or they have to...
There are starving kids in China who can't read English enough to know that they can turn on auto pedal.
I mean, the game said you won't get achievements, and you just did it anyway. That's
I know. That's
almost worse than a cheat code.
That's
I know.
It's like you
it was
stole
terrible.
those.
I did. I stole them. Yeah, so I'm a dirty
It's like
cheater.
you didn't even play.
It wasn't even a dev intended method.
I love you guys. Yes, I'm a dirty
It's
cheater.
weird as how
Hopefully
they all
you
have
guys
an
can cheat
asterisk
too.
next to them.
They do. I will always remember that dirty day that I cheated. So I finished the month with 18 of 25 achievements, which is way better than 12. I was very proud of myself. And I think that the next item we're talking about is something.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to let you think about what you've done, young man. Before I was letting you linger
I
and
was-
justify it.
I was sent to the dean's list. To the dean's list? At the principal's
Dean's
office.
list? No,
I don't even know what I'm saying.
That's not how that works.
the opposite of that.
It's like the anti-dean.
Oh, God. I know. I'm
Dean
so
Douglas list.
busted. Oh, Dean Douglas. Jesus Christ.
And on that dated reference, let's go to a community question, huh? This one's from Ahizo, who starts with, for a podcast question.
Thank you, Heizo.
How do you feel about achievements like playing 1,000 hours in a game like Microsoft Flight Simulator? Do you think the achievements should cater to achievement hunters and casual players, or to the more diehard flight sim enthusiasts the game is aiming for, who will hit 1K without trying? Well, that was more than one question, but we appreciate it. Corey, what do you...
So, to answer the first question, how do I feel about the playing 1,000 hours, or flying 1,000 hours, something like that? I think that is ridiculous and ludicrous, and that's coming from somebody who has a nephew. I think that is too much. Like, a game should be like max 40 hours for completion, or 40 hours of doing one thing, and even that is too much. And I spent 500 hours idling star balls.
Stupid star balls.
Yeah, and I did it in 1 month too. And do I think achievement should cater to achievement hunters and casual players, or should more die hard? Well, I think that, at least specifically for this game, I think it needs to have some die-heartedness, but I do think 1,000 hours is too much for that. Casual players, screw them. Achievement hunters, yes, you should cater to them. We are too small of a niche where that will ever happen, but I do think that an achievement list can always be and should always be fun to get, as well as have just a slight bit of difficulty. And grinding in hours does not equal difficulty. So that's my take on it.
That's a good take, Corey.
Thank you, El. Do you have a take? I
do.
I don't even know.
I do. This is going to sound shocking, but I agree with you. My theory is that a hard list will deter achievement hunters from getting the game, but not having that 1,000-hour achievement there would not deter the hardcore audience to play this game. Does that make any sense? You understand what I'm saying?
Did you agree with me? I'm going to add one more point. As long as you can unlock it via console command, I'm cool with it.
I am actually okay with that as well. Because it looks like, by all accounts, this was a really highly rated game, right? A highly critically acclaimed game. Looks like it's got a 4.5 on TA. But there's only 8,900 people with this game. I would have figured there'd be more. And I wonder if the list scared off some people.
That surprises me, one, but I would not think that. For me, my data cap is scared.
I was going to say data cap. I think data cap is a big deterrent.
PC only, right?
Well, it's PC only right now, but it's like over 100 gigs. And I think if you want like the best experience where the game is updating the most, because it like streams live data, then it requires even more data. You know, it's crazy. I do want to play it though, pretty bad.
Because there's, on top of the 1,001, there's 500, and then it looks like 50. A few people have that one. And what
has
they
anybody
do,
unlocked the 1,000-hour one yet?
No.
Okay, so no completions.
No, and there's actually an unobtainable one. Use the smart cam to view animals for 3 seconds from a distance of 550 yards or less. No one has it, and it was flagged as unobtainable. I mean, in the question, Ahizo says that the diehard will hit 1,000 hours without trying. Is that really? That seems like a lot of hours, even if you're playing only this game every day for, like, how many months is that? A lot.
Well, I mean, the series itself, the flight sim, you know, there hasn't been that many in between. So, well, it was the Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 last came out when I was in high school, I think.
Right. Yeah, you're not meant to unlock this in a week, right?
Well, you can't. Just mathematically, like, it's not going to happen.
So I'm correct. Yes, thank you. I go to google.com, math.
Well, I mean, it's under 240 hours because, anyway, whatever.
24 times 10, 10
so
days.
That's over a month.
Yes, exactly.
41 and a half days.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I think it just depends on the nature of the game. A lot of the times, you know, they should know their audience, know who's actually going to play it. You know, because there's certain games that I think have those grindy achievements that aren't warranted, and my main one's going to be Friday the 13th, the game where they want you to play for 1,000 games as both Jason and the Counselor, which is just overly ambitious, even if you love the game. But with something like Flight Simulator, I kind of think that works because they're the people that's going to play it and would get the most out of it. And I think the best lists are the ones that encourage you to get the most out of the game. And I think long haul flights are kind of what they're aiming for. Like, they want you to make like intercontinental flights to simulate the tedium of being a commercial pilot. And you can fly your 747 across the vast blue expanse from Los Angeles to Sydney and find out about the hatch and the numbers and all that.
Like the hatch from Lost? That's awesome.
Yeah, my oceanic flight, what was it, 316?
That's amazing.
No, wait. Oceanic 316 just says I just stranded you on an island.
That's enough of you. Nate, what do you think about this?
Well, yeah. So what do I think about achievements like playing for 1,000 hours? So Rocker mentioned Star Balls. I'd also like to mention Cuisine Royale for 100 hours. And
that one's in game too. Yeah.
Yeah. And as we're speaking, I'm currently idling Wits and Wagers. for 5 days to get all 700 questions played, and they just randomly come. So yeah, 1,000 hours seems kind of gross. I was curious, so I looked, and it actually takes 100 and some hours to get your license. So sport pilot, 20 hours, recreational pilot, 30. If you're going to get your commercial pilot, it looks like it's about, I don't know, 450 hours. So it takes longer to get this achievement than it does to get an actual pilot's license, which I think is ridiculous. Yeah. And should it cater to achievement hunters and casual players? Well, I think people should think about their achievement lists. That I definitely think they should think about them. And like Devin was saying, make them the best ones to force you to play the game maybe differently than you normally would.
Exactly.
I remember playing Myth. So if you remember Myth for the PC, great game. Very interesting take on resource management for your units. You would start with a number, and then you would say, oh, you have 500 credits to spend to build your team composure however you want, your team makeup. You can get like these explosive guys, these archers, or whatever, and you would just go about it. Well, that gave you the freedom to say, I'm going to complete all the missions with only one gnome. So you could go around with a gnome bomber and just figure out how to beat this game in a totally, ridiculous way with one unit when you're given 500 credits worth of units. And that could have been a fantastic achievement. I had a lot of fun doing weird things in that game like that. And to do it for an achievement, that sure would have been fun. So yeah, I think they should do a little bit of both, but these 1,000 hours, it's ridiculous.
A game can never be harmed by an easy list.
I mean, this is the sort of thing that the approval process should be like, no. That's part of the approval process is no, not 1,000 hours. Make it, Corey said 40, so we're doing 40.
But then again, they want you to play and get all their planes and everything, and they spent a long time on it. They spent more than 1,000 hours. I know. I think 1,000 hours is getting to be about my theoretical limit. I don't think I've played much of anything for over 1,000 hours. Like even, I think WoW might have been it, but that's getting a little high. But I think that they should cater it to, people that are gonna get the most out of it. Maybe not necessarily achievement hunters, because I think every achievement hunter, they're about to just be like, yeah, just give me all of them. Give me council commands. We'll do 50.
No,
which is kind of lame. If every game was like that, it'd be a little lame.
What I'm confused about looking through this achievement list is there's no achievement for the hidden game that clearly is somewhere buried in this game.
Which is?
I don't know. It's 127 gigs.
Oh.
There's gotta be. I mean, like the other flight sims had like
this uses Bing map data. You can go to your house.
Sure.
In this game. You could go to L's house and crash your plane.
I thought that the previous version of Flight Simulator had like Minesweeper or something in it.
Oh, I'm sure they used 5 megabytes for that.
Well, it has Excel on it, so you can do actual work.
Or no, it was. Did Excel have it? I can't remember which one it was, but yeah.
Well, Excel had a maze game in it with the credits in it. The old Excels. So that's a deep hit.
Yeah, it's definitely a deep hit.
So to add one more question onto Ahaizo's, would you put this on your tag? Does that 1,000 hours just steer you away? Do you care? I don't care.
I am more in the... Yeah. No, good.
If I had interest in this, it wouldn't bother me.
So you just have no interest in flight simming?
No, none.
That's fair.
It's not because of the achievement list. No.
It is a pretty hardcore little genre.
Yeah.
I need to check.
For me,
go ahead.
For me, it's if I'm going to want to play something, I'm just going to play it because I'm never getting 100% completion anyway. So who cares?
And we play for fun and achievements.
Do both in equal measure.
I need to check the requirements Because, yeah, I mean, 120 gigs is no, whim. I just don't do that on a whim. If my PC could run it, maybe, because 1,000 hours is something I could just idle.
Yeah, it's only a plane. Who needs to actively be in control of it?
What could go wrong, right? I mean,
it's probably in the solution and whatnot, but do you have to like stop and fill up gas for it? Things like that.
I mean, it's not like 1,000 miles without a death. I think there's a lot of death in this game.
Just 0 fatalities.
I mean, there is a detailed solution on how to get it done.
Load it up, fly for 1,000 hours, get the achievement. Even had it underlined.
You could turn unlimited fuel on. So that's good.
Okay. Yep.
And you have to land to get credit. Ooh. Someone had an issue where they lost 8 hours. Oops.
Oh, that's just a drop in the bucket.
That's
turn off rain.
Yeah, that's like practice.
It's less than 100th of the achievement. That'll be all right. Landing. That's like the hard part.
Yeah, I would steer clear of this.
I don't know. You have to land. I didn't know you had to land, so yeah, I might change my answer.
I mean,
can I do it? Can I make saves?
Yeah. You can save your. Yeah, save your setup.
I mean,
go for a few hours, land, and then do it over again. Yeah.
I can practice the airline pilot voice. We're at a cruising altitude of 50,000 feet, and if you look to your left, you're going to see the Grand Canyon.
Heizo lives near the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
In the Arizona.
The Arizona, as opposed to all the other Arizonas that there happens to be. It's like the
Ryback. Yes. Arizona.
The Ohio State. All right, that's enough plain talk. Let's talk about wheels and deals. Nailed it.
What an amazing segue.
Wheels down.
You're now free to boom about the cabin and talk about deals. Corey, anything you're looking to pick up?
Asterix and Obelix XXL3 is on sale for $12, normally $30. And I feel I have to mention it. I feel I have to buy it because Asterix and Obelix 2 went on sale just a couple of weeks ago for super cheap. So I bought that. I feel like I gotta complete the series here. So yeah, $12 for this sort of rare game. I don't think it goes on sale too often, and it's over 50% off. So the thing that gets me about it is it looks really good as far as the visuals go, the graphics. It's like a 3D beat 'em up, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, looks good. I'll probably get it. But that's it. Elle, did anything, any food come up in your sale list? I mean, grocery list?
Well, if you remember last week, I might have been complaining about Mr. Potata Fairy Flower, in which they locked me out of progression.
The one that you went all prue on the dev on Twitter?
I did. They called me Big Karen L, and I asked to speak to a manager. Well, I wound up starting the game over and getting the achievement I needed for RTDL, which is, of course, at the end of the game. So it just happened to be on sale, $10. I would say I have forgiven this game. I enjoy it a lot.
Disregard last week's episode.
Disregard
Gene, potato, it's all gone.
So how did you not have that problem that you had last week?
I got the key in the hub and saved it in the storage. So yes, disregard everything I said last week about everything, because I used a video guide just to make sure that I did everything right this time. Because I was so proud of myself for doing it all myself. But if you use the guide, which the video is only 2 hours, but I would say it's going to take you at least 4, just because that's how it goes. I would say for $10, it's worth it if you're into that kind of game. If you're into easy games, I would get Monopoly Deal at $149 and Monopoly Plus at $449. I somehow don't have these games yet, even though they're on sale frequently. And Monopoly is always a good time. Those are 2 to 3 hour completions.
Well, it's Monopoly.
It is.
But it is. $1.49, I would say that is a Monopoly deal. Schmackety, schmackety do.
Nate, what about you? What was that?
Yeah, so the only one I'm going to recommend this week, and I haven't played it, so take that as far as you want. Ghost of a Tale. This game looks really pretty. You play as a mouse. I was very interested in it when it came out, and apparently it's stealth, so that kind of goes against what I normally like. But I'm very interested in this one. It's once again Ghost of a Tale. It's $16.74 down from $25. TA marks it as 15 to 20 hours, and it has no walkthrough. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but maybe check it out. Devin, is there anything that's speaking to you?
Oh, yeah, there's quite a bit that I could recommend. So a lot of the games in the Splinter Cell series are on sale. Some of them are Xbox originals, so, I mean, I really liked them a long time ago. Your mileage may vary. But there's also pretty much the whole series, as far as I can tell, is on sale. Some of them have discontinued achievements, but Blacklist is on my buy list.
Waiting for that one.
Conviction, which I've been doing co-op. There's a pretty awesome co-op mode in that. It's a pretty solid game. The whole thing, I haven't played a bad Splinter Cell game, so I'd recommend that. Other Ubisoft games that I would recommend, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a short, sweet little completion. It's only 400 points because it is back in the day when not every game got to be 1,000 points, but that game is awesome. It is a great throwback to 80s action movies. Late Shift was a fun live action game. Let's see how much Late Shift was. It's $374. I would highly recommend that at that price. It's good. And then the other one that's on here, normally $10. I believe I just picked it up here for not that. For $5.60 or for $5.99, Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway is a OG or is a 360 game. But the reason I'm bringing it up here is that there is an achievement for playing the game on Xbox Live in September. So it's a 50-point achievement. I had already started the game, but I rented it in not September, so you can't get it. And I'm finally gonna get that after a decade. So if you're interested in it, it's a fun little third-person shooter. You get to command your troops. There's some collectibles. There's some multiplayer. I think all the multiplayer achievements are 0 points. So if you don't care about that, you can just do the single player.
It's September 17th to be exact.
Yep. Yeah, the exact date that Market Garden started, which is the events in the game. It's a World War II game.
I remember
so it's Operation Market Garden.
I remember hearing about this game now. There's an achievement for playing once a day for 100 days on live. I guess these are still gettable, I guess.
They are still doable, and
good.
If you are so inclined, September 17th is not too far away. Citation needed. And you could potentially get that achievement. If you're like me and started it and never got that. But yeah.
Cool.
Looks like there's also some Game Pass games if you're not feeling like buying anything. Drake Hollow, Hypnospace Outlaw, New Super Lucky Tale, and Double Kick Heroes. You gotta check those out. I think I'm gonna do Hypnospace Outlaw because that looks trippy.
D, all of the above. I think I've completed Super Lucky's Tale. I'm excited to do that again. Double Kick Heroes looks amazing. Hypnospace looks crazy, and Drake Hollow looks like that's the most skeptical one. I think I'm gonna actually play that one with Fufu. I think he's gonna plan on streaming it. Should be fun.
Nice.
I think it's 4-player co-op.
All
right. Something very interesting in the Discord. Apparently, the Lucky's Tale devs put out a FAQ saying, if you happen to own the original Super Lucky's Tale but didn't get a chance to buy the DLCs, reach out to our support email and we'll see what we can do. Well,
what does that mean? Free code?
So
I don't know
what happened,
but I'm going to try.
And when they delisted it, they didn't mention it, but some people found out if you buy the new Super Lucky's Tale, you would get the original Super Lucky's Tale and the DLC for free with the purchase of new Super Lucky's Tale.
Yes, apparently it was
I did. I went ahead and I bought it.
Oh, Nate.
Well, they got me at a moment of weakness right when I woke up. So woke up, I was like, free game, okay. And I wanted the DLC, and I reached out to them on Twitter, both Playful and their PR person, and none of them replied back to me, which is not surprising. So I just assumed, okay, there's no way I'm going to get it. And once I saw that TA article, I was like, okay, I'll do that. So it's only been a week. And now that I see this fact, I may reach out to their support to see if I can buy the DLC. And if they let me, then I'm going to talk to Microsoft and say, hey, you know what? I didn't mean to buy new Super Lucky's Tale. It just fell into my cart.
How much was that? Like $40?
Yeah, 40. Yeah, I do like the game. I do like the game. No, it's Game Pass, but I do like the game. So,
I bought the first one, but it was.
I mean, I bought the first one too.
I bought the first. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd like to pay less, so I will potentially buy it if it goes on sale. But yeah, I would like to talk to someone in support. I'm going to go full Karen on this.
They'll take care of it.
I'm going to see a manager. Maybe get that refunded and find out about this DLC issue. So
you basically paid $40 to get that $5 DLC.
To get two $5 DLCs.
Oh, well, the thing is, he can play those quickly and then still get the refund.
Yes,
maybe that's true.
Possibly. So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, I am interested in all of these. I'm not sure what Hypnospace Outlaw is, but maybe I'll go check it out.
Man, really? You don't know anything about it?
I know nothing about it.
It's 90s internet-tastic.
It's like it's so for those Z to Z people, like, this is a game for Randy. It's by the same people or the same publishing company as like Descenders, No More Robots, but I can't even explain it other than pretty much what Vulgar said. It's the internet in the 90s, and they made it a game.
Yeah, I believe the premise is that you can, like, what if you could go on the internet while you were sleeping? It's the main thing, and it has a very 90s aesthetic, like Netscape Navigator era web browsing.
So it's officially titled by the devs as an alternate reality internet simulator in 1999.
Yeah, it looks well, we'll see.
You have to survive by dealing with viruses and adware and hackers, or make a difference and observe the impact of the citizens' lives as the new millennial draws near.
Just the one millennial?
Yes. I mean, I know you lived through Y2K once. You don't want to do it again?
I mean...
people always said Y2K. I was always, why not 2K?
Oh, that fell harder than WWE 2K.
Y2J is what you're supposed to say, dude. You just made the list.
Oh,
Dean Douglas list?
Speaking of the list.
Yeah.
Are we doing these challenges here? Contests?
Can it work like anything better?
It's like there is something here about Pete Hart's annual birthday bash, the 2020 edition for, I believe it's Pete Hart's 27th birthday.
Yeah, sure,
right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not.
So,
I mean, yes.
You can find out more about that. There's a channel on the Discord where you can join in. You might want to do that soon, though.
I think it's actually too late.
Yeah, I think it's just started.
It's just started.
You're too late.
You're too late. But maybe, I don't know, you can... Who knows?
Well,
check it out on the Discord.
You could ask her. There's going to be trash talking in the Discord. I guess that's why we have a channel. Who knows? But it's, if you were to hear this and say, I want in, I guess you could ask her, but I don't know.
You can send her a nice card. It might help.
That's true.
You could wish her happy 26th birthday.
Oh, just going down. Yeah.
You only turn 25 once. And I mean, once you turn 24,
it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, happy 23rd birthday, Petard. So Nate, you want to keep us up with the gamer tag challenge?
Sort of. It's a weird time, how days and months work, but Hack and Pwn is over by the time you hear this. So I will be compiling scores, and then I'm guessing we'll probably pick a winner next week. But what I can tell you is that for September, our gamer tag that we've picked is Hatton90. And we are pulling these from Patreon members if you haven't already figured that out. So Hatton90 is our gamer tag for September, and what he has chosen is the Forza Horizon series. So any completion in a Forza Horizon game or an achievement earned during the month of September will get you that bonus. We have not yet settled on a bonus, but when we do, I'm sure someone will tell you.
All right. Well, let's move on to Brag Camp, or as someone else would put it,
milestones.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Fooled it, didn't I?
So we have completions to start us off, and we have some good ones. Retro Chief has hit 190 completed games. Mr. Petard reached 270 games and 275 completed games. Northern Lass at 300. Math Who 400. An interesting one, Chewie on Ice and Fighter X93 Chip, both at 560 completed games. I want to see a race to 600 between those two. I think that would be a good fight. And then lastly, Mighty Mango, you'll hear his name again, has reached 750 completed games. For completion percentage, Northern Lass also hit 49%, and Saucy Slingo 57% completions. And then ratio, we just have one. LAX Jester has reached a milestone of 1.7 TA ratio.
In streaks, Icefire, not from Tennessee, has done a 10-day streak. So has Freaky RO and Fighter X93 Chip 10-day streaks. So is Alex RD, also known as Alex R. Davey, 10-day streak. Ozbuffnatic, also on a 10-day streak. Legohead 1977 has done a 25-day streak, as does MTP73, 25-day streak for him as well. I need to go Togepi. I need Togepi. But also the gamer has reached a 150-day achievement win streak, and Big L has reached a 2,800-day win streak. Great job, everybody. For achievements 1, XLAX Geste capital R has reached a milestone of 6,000 achievements 1. Alex R. Davies has reached 7,000 achievements 1. Saucy Slingo has reached 13,000 achievements 1. Ozbuffnatic has reached 21,000 achievements 1. Waka Pale has done 26,000 achievements. X the Hero has done 28,000 achievements. And Toadstyle Venom has reached 30,000 achievements 1.
All right. We got the Unstoppable KD, which stands for, I don't know, kill death
ratio.
Kevin Durant.
Oh my God, Kevin Durant is in our community? Oh my God!
Anything is possible!
Oh, big old Kevin has 175,000 gamer score. L Sock, which might be Mick Foley, 190 gamer score. What the Fug? 500,000 gamer score. Triple Triad, 850,000 gamer score. And we have two new people in the Millionaires Club. First off, we have Mighty Mango, who helped us start this lovely podcast. Way to go, Mighty Mango. And he hit the million with a it's a gamer score achievement in the game Summer Athletics European version called Staggering. So he hit that million right on the head. And then he wrote a blog about his efforts. We'll put it like that. It's worth a read. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have Chin Doctor.
And World.
And World.
Opposite side of the world. Get it?
Chin Doctor, being a man after my own heart, decided to troll everyone. So he got a 1-pointer before the million, and then got his million gamer score. So he intentionally did not hit it on the head. He got 1,000,001. But the achievement he hit it on was called 1 million in, how do you pronounce this? Avicii in vector?
Avicii.
Avicii?
Yeah, totally. It looks like a bunch of Roman numerals to me. So, congratulations, Mango and Chin.
Well done, guys.
But wait, there's more. TA score: Death Dealers 400,000 TA, Mr. P-Tart 420,000 TA, Matthew H. 00 650,000, Vulgar Latin 990,000, X the Hero 1.5 million.
In leaderboards, High Road Vatu is now in the top 200. Leaderboard for American football. Hat 90 is in the top 20,000 of the TA leaderboard for racing. Ahizo is now in the top 20 of the Arizona True Achievement leaderboard. The Alpha Seagull is now in the top 2,000 of the New York True Achievement leaderboard. Alex R. Davies is now in the top 10,000 of the completed games leaderboard. And Biggle is now in the top 500 of the completed games leaderboard for Xbox 360 Metroidvania.
Wow. Thanks, hell yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us, for the panel. We got some other great stuff here, so keep listening. We also do streams. If you're so interested in those streams, we'll be doing those. Follow us on Discord. Do all the social media stuff. It's available out there. And yeah, have a great night.
Before you have a great
morning.
Real quick, in relation to Twitch, we did have our monthly giveaway, and Fufu wanted me to remind you that winner this month was Carpe Adam. So congrats and thank you for the support. As always, any sub, Amazon Prime free sub or paid sub, will get entered into a drawing monthly. You don't have to be there. And this month, Carpe won. So thank you, Carpe, and everybody else who subbed.
Heck yeah, brother.
Thank you, Amazon Prime people.
Next week, we'll have a GTC winner. We'll have a patron drawing for that. So, giveaways.
Give it away now.
Dead giveaway.
All right, well, that's enough musical references. See ya. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Welcome to another body-blowing, face-poking, arm-tearing edition of Chewie's Challenge Championship. We've got the results of most of August's challenges and what's in store for September, so pick up your nunchucks and come at me, bro. The big event we held for August, the King of the Red Ring, was a 5-week affair, so it's actually still going as I speak. After 4 weeks of epic 360 action, 30 competitors have been sent packing, leaving just Mental Knight and Mr. P-Tart to face off in the final. I'll be bringing you the result of that in a special mini CCC update next week. Over in our regular challenge section, we had a heap of different things going on this month, including 3 whole title matches. Firstly, our new villainous stable, the Four Horsemen, which is Vulgar Latin, Chesno, Freakiro and Jimbot, challenged our 4 newest patrons, Alex, Cabo, Saucy Slingo and Coates McGoats, in a gamerscore battle. In the end, the patrons pulled in a respectable 38,145 between them, but the horsemen gave them the hoof with 46,597. Next up, challenged Freemhole to end the month on the highest completion percentage in the game both of them are currently focused on, Destiny 2. Both of them started the challenge at 65%, and when the dust settled, Chip ended it with 74% to Freem's 70%. Congratulations, Chip. Rockadude, Fufu Cuddly Poof and myself are all still working on our 4-month-long skateboarding gamerscore challenge. August saw Waka make significant gains, thanks in part to Skater XL, while I dabbled in the quote-unquote wonders of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. And Fufu? Well, Fufu just sat on the side sucking a lolly. Going into the final month of the challenge, Waka leads with 1,645, I'm pulling into second with 685, and Fufu is still figuring out how to put his helmet on with 25. Will the release of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 see the scores shift? I doubt it. In the first of our 3 title matches, Death and Taxes, Death Dealers in Vulgar Latin, had their tag team title challenged by 2 horsemen, the Twin Riders, Chesno and Freaky-Row, for most gamer score. It was a very tight match as Death and Taxes managed 25,745, but Twin Riders edged them out with 27,475, meaning the tag team title changes hands once again and Chesno reclaims it, albeit with a different partner. Surely we can't leave the title in the hands of these villains for long. Title match 2 had Hatton 90 go up against Intercontinental Champion Vulgar Latin in a match of gamerscore, where only achievements with a ratio greater than 1.5 counted. Hatton put up a decent enough 2,915, but Vulgar reminded everyone why he's the champ, stomping little Hatton into the ground with a dominating 8,140. Finally, our Rumble in the Jablungle winner, Triple Triad 777, took on the champ of champs, longtime CCC title holder Elroy OMJ, in a 2 out of 3 genre gamerscore match. Each competitor chose a genre, as did the CCC committee, and whoever earned the most gamerscore in 2 out of the 3 wins. In our choice, Automobile, Elroy swerved into the lead with 5,095 to 2,345. In Elroy's choice, Dance, Triple Triad boogied his way to victory with a massive 6,145 to 3,615. That meant it all came down to Triple Triad's choice, third-person shooter. And it was a close-run thing, let me tell you, as Elroy managed a decent 3,188, but in the end, Triple Triad clinched it with 3,782. That means after 8 long months of Elroy domination, where he saw off the likes of Rockadude, KooshMoose, X the Hero, and yours truly, we now have a new CCC champion in Triple Triad, who will be facing the King of the Red Ring winner, in October. For September... Dadnammit, every time. Hello?
Hey, Chewie. Jeez, man, don't you ever answer your phone? Oh, right, time zones. Forgot about them. They need to spend more time in school teaching about them. Oh, and speaking of school, I can't believe it's almost time for it to start up again. And that means Halloween is just around the corner, too. Oh, I can't wait for the candy. And that means my birthday's close, too. You better get me something good this year. Ah, crap, that means I'm going to have to start decorating for Christmas soon, too. And I need to figure what I'll be doing for New Year's. Have you thought of what you're going to do for your New Year's resolutions? They're very important. Everyone should be thinking about them. Seriously, who knows what's going to happen in the new year? Wait, you mean you can't hear me wink? Oh, yeah, I guess I should go. And, oh, right, the reason I called. Can I have my arms back? Thanks, talk to you later.
Oh, J Black, you are such a tease. What are you scheming about this time? Anyway, back to it. For September, our main event comes courtesy of Chesno, who's created the Shiba Dojo Punch Club. True achievement score in fighting games is where the scoring's at for this one, with ACAs excluded and special bonus points awarded for doing well in some real. We've got 19 competitors signed up for the event, and Chesno's kindly offering monetary rewards for the top 3 once the month is over. So keep tabs on the hashtag ChewieCC channel to see which games we will be playing and join in with some mutual face punchery. Judo chop! Back in July, we held the Rumble in the Jablungle, and despite not winning, 2 competitors lasted the joint longest in the contest at 14 days each, Chin Doctor and Icefire TN. They're now going head-to-head to decide who is the ultimate Iron Man in a battle of gamerscore from Game Pass games only. The winner of this match will earn a title shot later in the year. Somehow, Rawka Dude is deluded enough to think he can take on the legendary Death Dealers in first-person shooters, so they're going to be arranging a best-of-3 face-off in games of their choosing. Keep an eye out for some streams of their attempts sometime later in the month. Finally, Rawka Dude, Fufu Cuddly Poof and myself will be wrapping up our 4-month skateboarding challenge with some Tony Hawk's 1+2 action. Will I be able to jump over Rawka's lead? Will Fufu remember that he's even in a challenge? Tune in next month to find out about that and all of our other challenges, as well as what we've got in store for October. As ever, if you have ideas for challenges you want to see, let us know in the Discord. This has been Chewie's Challenge Championship.
Excuse me, ma'am, can I ask you a few questions about educational games for kids?
Yes.
Okay, first off, what is your name?
Emma.
All right, Emma. First, thanks for talking with me today. I know it's busy out and you probably have things to do, but how old are you?
6.
Okay, 6 years old. Perfect demographic for the game Educational Games for Kids. Now this, if you recall, is a one of the first educational games for Xbox One, and it is geared directly towards kids of your age, from 3 to 18. So you're right there in the midst. The game has a collection of 21 different games, over 51 variations of these games. You can pick different age ranges to make the difficulty harder or easier, and one of those games is hidden behind a special skill gate of getting 3 stars on every game and all the variants. So, with that said, the game has easy-to-learn controls. Did you have any problems with the controller and playing this game?
No.
Okay, thank you. Additionally, what is your favorite game that you played?
The maze game.
The maze game. Okay, so what do you do in the maze game?
So you are going to you got it. So they're all under sea, and you're going to try to get the little ball thing out of the maze.
Okay, and were you pretty good at that one?
Yeah.
All right. Do you do a lot of mazes in your spare time?
No.
No, and you were still pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Got 3 stars?
Yep.
Cool. Perfect. So far, you have played probably like what? Would you say an hour or 2?
Yes.
Probably 2. And you have unlocked 5 out of the 34 achievements. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay. That's pretty good. Do you plan to get all of the achievements?
Yes.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Are there any other games that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Would you recommend this game to your friends?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else before I let you go?
No.
All right. Thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy day to talk with me. I'll let you get to it. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Back to you, Corey. All right. Thanks, Corey. Well, to finish up talking about educational games for kids, I just want to tell you that it's a game for kids. It's in the name. And so this review is coming from the mindset of a parent and having seen their kid play with it and want to play with it and ask to play with it more. And you know what? It's just a wholesome game, and you know what you're getting into. So you're going to be buying it if you are a parent wanting to get your kids into gaming, or if you're just an achievement hunter looking for an easy time. And because of that, I'm going to have to rate this game of 5 apples on a teacher's desk out of 5 for what it is. It does what it says it does just fine. And I think some of the games are beneficial for the younger crowd, and the achievements are easy to boot. So sure, let's rate it on an achievement scale. 5 Jeremy water fountains out of 5. How about that? So yeah, educational games for kids. You know what you're getting yourself into, whether it's for the actual purpose of the game or for the achievements. I think that either one is a fine time. And personally, I'm not going to go out of my way and complete this game and play it. I am going to let them just have fun with the game as it's meant to be. Let the achievements come naturally as they will. And yeah, they're going to have a good time. And there's many more things than what she talked about with the maze. There are the logic puzzles where you have to categorize different things. There are math puzzles, reflex, different little mini games. And there's something is even, it's advanced, probably the most advanced thing on there. It does say ages 11 plus for this one, and that is world flags. I don't even think I could do the world flag, so maybe I'll play that one just to teach myself something. So, but yeah, that's it. Educational games for kids came out September 2nd, 2020, for the price of $12.99. And you know what? That's not a terrible price for what it is. Again, I have already seen my 3-year-old start to use a controller better than my 6-year-old, who wasn't really messing with the controller at that age. So I can just see where the entry point into gaming is going to come. Even if it's simple things, I can let them play the game and not worry about them, not getting anything out of it for the most part. So it's a 2 thumbs up from me. So there we go.
Whoa, not bad.
Yeah, man. Can we do it again? No way! Dude, where are we?
I don't know. Let's walk around and yell out some things that we can see in case someone is listening to us who can't see them.
Is that the pit of unsold E.T. the game cartridges?
Careful where you step, dude. I think that's Custer's Revenge's C, man.
Whoa. I just found a bunch of smashed up Tony Hawk skateboards. 5 of them, dude.
Oh man, and that Duke Nukem statue is huge. It looks like it goes on forever.
Dude, I think I know where we are. Gaming hell.
No way. Let's get out of here, dude.
Who's that, dude? Is that the devil?
Play games for fun, not achievements.
No way, dude. That's something much, much worse.
Did you use a guide?
It's the Dev L.
Somebody give me a sandwich.
Whoa! How's it going, Big Elzebub? So, okay, can we go now?
You may go.
Whoa. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you get a real bad rap, but you're actually an okay troll. I mean, dude. Ah!
Oh, dude. Where are we now?
I don't know. Looks like a maze of tunnels? Maybe we should try one of these doors.
Okay, but let's do the smart thing and split up. I'll take this one.
Okay, dude. That sounds smart. I'll take this one.
Whoa, that was seriously bogus.
Yeah, dude. What was in your door?
Oh, man. I had to play this game, Scalextric, which I think it's a racing game. But I've played racing games, man. And I'm pretty sure that normally you have to, like, turn and stuff. And sometimes you have to brake. But in this one, I just pressed the right trigger for the gas and kind of just let go of it to slow down. And that's it. And if I pumped the gas too hard, the car came off the damn track. And there's literally nothing else to it, man.
Totally bogus, dude.
The races that are supposed to take place in all these different countries, but I didn't go to those countries. It just looked like they all took place on the floor of some dude's bedroom, man. And, I own a Scalextric as a kid, and I remember the idea of it being so cool, but really, it was just really boring, man. Or really frustrating. You had to fiddle with that little brush thing to make it run properly. This game is actually pretty good if the aim was to make it seem just like that boring, frustrating Scalextric game. Also, it crashed. Every time I won a race, and I was like, yeah, I won the race, the whole game just crashed on me, man. I had to restart it every single time. And the worst thing was that I had to do it twice.
Oh, man.
Because there's a dang stack of this thing, man. One of them is called Scalextric, and the other one is called Tracks. I don't know why. They made the same game twice, called it something different. What was behind your door, dude?
Let me tell you something. Behind my door, I had a game that was totally awesome.
Whoa.
Not.
Oh, you got me.
Mine looked like a bunch of drunken apes made it. Then I saw it was made by drunken apes. Like, literally, that was the name of the group that made this game. But in their drunkenness, they screwed up all the backgrounds and graphics. But no worries, dude. They just make the game super dark so you wouldn't see it. Nobody would ever know. But dude, it was a stellar walking sim. Just as long as you didn't step on those odious enemies that were making weird slobbering noises while crawling on the floor. Not excellent, dude. There were also these egregious lizard men. Man, these dudes had never skipped a leg day. And they chased me all over the place. And I was running, dude, and it was totally worth it. Because I got to the end of this game, and I reached the exit, dude. It felt resplendent to be done. I totally didn't move towards the final exit and fall through a trap door onto a pile of skulls and get dump trucked by the bogus horror himself.
But wait. What was the game? You didn't even tell me what the game was, man.
Oh, dude. The horror of the deep.
The horror of the deep?
The horror of the deep.
So you went deep in the horror?
I didn't even know her.
Okay. So I guess we just have to keep trying different doors and see what happens, man, okay? Until we get out of this place.
Dude, if I die, I want you to have my Ratalaika collection.
But dude, we're already dead, dude.
Oh, excellent. Well, then they're already yours, dude.
Whoa, thanks, dude.
Let's try these doors.
Okay, dude, good luck. Oh, man, that was non-heinous.
What'd you see, dude?
Oh, man, I played this game. I think it was a game, but I don't even think it was a game at the same time. I basically just pressed A for 20 minutes. I just pressed A. That's it. And then there were these screens and these pictures and these people talking, but I have no idea what was going on because I was just pressing A. And I was skipping through the whole dang thing. I don't even know what happened. I kind of wandered from place to place. I talked to some girls. And I think I was macking on one of those girls.
Were they babes, dude?
Well, Elroy, I gotta tell you something.
What's up, dude?
I think one of those girls, I think she might have been my grandma.
Oh, most not excellent.
But let me tell you, man, she was young and also kind of hot.
Excellent.
This game, it's not even a game. It was over before it had even started. And I can't even tell you what happened. but I think I've got tennis elbow from pressing A so much, man.
That's, I can tell you're shooken up, because, you didn't even tell me what the name of the game was.
This game was called A Winter's Daydream, but I have no idea. I didn't even know if it took place in winter, and I didn't know if it was a daydream, dude. It made no sense. What did you see, dude?
Oh, dude, I tell you about the one I found. It was the one we found.
What was the one we found?
I found the one we found.
What did you find?
The name of the game. It's the one we found.
But what did you find, dude?
But I found the game. The one we found.
But what was it? What'd you...
I'm just messing with you, dude. I saw a lot of generic scenery just laying around. It almost looks like somebody most heinous might have used all the free assets that are inside Unity so they didn't have to pay for anything. Like things like a watermelon and a gramophone, dude. And like every single thing I saw. It was all free and generic. But I thought, you know, dude, the enemies, they're going to tell me what this game's all about. So all the enemies, they were like zombie mental patients. So, dude, maybe it had something to do with that. And even though all I see are caves, maybe there was like some caves under like a mental institution. The second enemy, though, was an undead Girl Scout who was not a babe, but had like a rifle attached to her back. And there was a lot of them. So maybe it was a... dude, I don't know, dude. I've been thinking a lot about this. Maybe it was a Girl Scout troop full of gun enthusiasts that visited a mental hospital when a virus totally broke loose. That makes sense. Most outstanding. And then the last enemy was a policeman. So I'm guessing the cops were called about the girls packing heat while selling cookies to the dickweed inmates. And, then I guess a zombie apocalypse broke out. I don't know, dude. I got out of there quick.
Well, only about half of what you just said made any sense to me, but it sounds totally non-heinous.
Station, dude.
Wait, but what's the name of the game?
Oh, man. I found the one we found.
Okay, dude, if you don't want to tell me the name of the game, that's fine. Let's just try a different door, okay?
Excellent.
Oh, man. I don't think I can take any more of this, dude. I've just spent the last hour wandering around some kind of facility in the dark, and I had no idea what the hell I was supposed to be doing. Apparently it was like haunted by this royally dead caretaker dude, which, by the way, is the name of the game. Caretaker dude.
Caretaker dude?
And I guess he just really didn't like caretaking or something. Or maybe he did, and his idea of caretaking was killing anyone who stepped foot on his property. He just kind of showed up randomly while I was wandering around looking for, I don't know, keys or something. And he would chase after me, and then I'd turn around and run away, and after like 5 seconds, he would just vanish. He was like the worst game of hide and seek ever. And if he ever caught me, he kind of just hit me. But he didn't hit me. He kind of just threw his arms at me. And if I died instantly. But honestly, I think I pretty sure could have taken him. I just was like the biggest wuss ever, dude. I just stood there and took it.
Caretaker dude.
I don't know what he was taking care of. But he wasn't taking care of his personal hygiene, that's for sure. Because that dude was filthy. Also, I think this game was written by some folks whose grasp of English wasn't the best. And that's coming from me, dude. There was this one achievement I had to do where I had to pick up some goggles off the table. Don't ask me why, dude. I have no idea why I had to pick up goggles. I just put them back down again, right? They had no purpose. But the name of the achievement, get this, the name of the achievement was Googles.
Oh, man.
Anyway, we just got to get out of here, man. What did you have to play?
Oh, dude. You remember Allison?
Oh, Allison. Oh, yeah.
Totally a babe, dude. Well, this wasn't about her.
Oh.
Yeah, this was about a diary.
Oh, yeah.
A diary of Allison. Allison's diary. You weren't in it, dude. I looked at it.
Damn.
Honestly, I went through that door and I'm not sure what I experienced, dude. because I couldn't see a thing. I knew that something was going on. It might have been an adventure game, a walking sim, could have just been about anything, a puzzle game. I don't know. I couldn't see a thing. Is your sight the first thing to go in hell, dude? Okay, I don't know either.
You're asking me, dude? I don't know.
Okay. So, this is what I did see, even though I couldn't see anything because it was so dark. So there were these enemies, right? They looked kind of scary, but then they would totally spawn randomly in one of two directions, and they would try to insta-kill me. But your boy here guessed correctly each time, so I totally didn't have to go back to the beginning of the level. Want to hear how I did it, dude?
Yeah, shoot, man.
I packed myself a totally bodacious weapon. I got my trusty flashlight right here to defend me. Not one of those awesome mag lights or anything. I didn't go to Lowe's or Home Depot. This thing came straight from the Dollar Tree, so I could save some moolah. And then I took it out and I was like, pew, pew, pew. And I flickered it at the zombie thing and made it disappear, dude, because that totally makes sense. So I think the game might have been about some bogus girl who murders her whole family. I don't know. Allison is not excellent to one another. Then I went to the house that it happened in, but unfortunately it had to be done in the pitch black of night during an eclipse and under a blanket. So I'm not even sure that I know what happened, but I think that had something to do with it.
Okay, dude. I don't think I can play any more bad games, dude. We got to get out of here.
Yo, big ugly red guy, get your ass over here.
Choose your bad games to play for all eternity.
Choose your own, you troll.
There is a pill for that.
You ugly red, source of all evil on the Age 101 podcast.
Don't use console commands.
Dude.
What?
Gaming hell sucks.
Dude, there's only one way out of here, man.
You're right, dude. We've got to face the repeatart.
That's 3 out of 5.
No way!
Hello everyone, and welcome to Waka's Weird Wonders, where I, Waka Pale, recommend a less-known game I've enjoyed. Chesno asked the community what their rarest game on their tag is, and if they would recommend it. My rarest is Black Sea Odyssey with 47 starters on True Achievements, but as I've only dived it, I can't say much about it. My second rarest game, however, is the ass-kicking Driven Out. Only 57 players have started it, and 7% have finished it, so you might think it shouldn't be too difficult. You would be wrong. Driven Out is a very short game. A no-death run would probably take you less than an hour. Problem is, you will die many times. You play as a farm girl minding her own business when a magical alien artifact crashes next to her field. She is attacked by a clumsy knight who drops his sword, allowing you to defend yourself. Aside from keys, the sword and artifact are the only items you'll use during the game. The gameplay is deceptively simple. You can move left or right, turn around, use the artifact to create a destructible checkpoint, attack high, mid or low, and block high, mid or low. Driven Out features a persistent 2D open world with 3 paths to explore. The girl is not a very good fighter, and her attacks are a bit clunky, making it very important to plan your moves and react to your enemy's attacks. Timing your block just right before you get hit allows you to parry, which is crucial for getting through the endgame. The few enemies between bosses means you can usually place a checkpoint between each fight, meaning you'll rarely lose much progress, and even defeating a single enemy can feel like a great victory. With the possible exception of fighting games, I've never played a game where every single enemy has felt as formidable, and there are over 30 different enemy types. Every single achievement is tied to defeating the 21 bosses. There are no collectibles or missable achievements. The game creates a hard checkpoint after each boss, and you can deploy a few additional checkpoints at will between bosses. There are usually 1 to 3 lesser enemies between bosses, and they rarely show up more than twice before defeating boss 10, which rolls the credits. After boss 10, your return home is hindered by a remixed version of your first adventure, featuring the same enemies but often not in the same locations, and significantly more challenging. Despite the enemies only attacking high, mid and low like the player, and rarely having multiple attacks per height, every new enemy feels very different, and learning their tells and patterns makes the difference between defeating them or facing the game over screen. Driven Out is a brutally difficult game where figuring out the enemy's movement is the key to success. It took me 5 hours to reach and defeat the 10th boss the first time, after which I ran into a game-breaking bug, which forced me to restart the game from the beginning again. Being in the middle of G-Task, the wise move would have been to abandon the game, possibly forever. Instead, I started over from the beginning and recovered my progress in an hour. The game's brutal but fair difficulty is an effective gatekeeper. Only 57 players on TA have earned the first achievement, and less than half the tracked players on Xbox have not managed to defeat it. Extrapolating those numbers, only around 120 players have played this on Xbox, with just under half of them being registered on True Achievements. Those are not big numbers for a game released almost a year ago. Players drop off quickly, with only 28 players defeating the second boss, 18 the third, and 11 for the fourth. Only 5 players reach the halfway mark at boss 10, 4 of which completed the game. Driven Out features great pixel art, a decent soundtrack, and incredibly satisfying gameplay, if you can handle its steep difficulty. Its 1000 game score is worth 3200 TA at the moment, but the ratio is highly volatile due to the low number of players. It would be very interesting to see what would happen with the ratio if Driven Out went games with gold or into Game Pass. I'm sure many would start it, but doubt most would even defeat the first boss a few minutes into the game. $15 is a fair price for Driven Out, considering its limited target audience. Even on a decent sale, you should know you will really have to struggle for the gamer score. Driven Out is a very niche game and certainly not for casual players, but if you enjoy a challenge, Driven Out delivers a very good and incredibly satisfying adventure to overcome. Or it might make you throw your controller. Have a nice day, everyone!